That was it. Bob with the boo. Discover this boo.
Okay, that's enough of that.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the intro right there.
Cut the intro short.
What is today?
Oh, I have no idea. Let's see if I can correlate something here.
What?
Tomorrow's Easter, and it's the 5th. Okay, so it's the 4th today. April 4th, 2015. Welcome to Creature Talk, everyone.
Our mics weren't even muted during that intro.
No,
you
I know.
lazy asshole.
I wasn't even like.
He didn't even let the thing play the whole
Lazy
way. Why would he mute us?
fuck.
Like, he cut it off halfway and was like, "Yeah, we're done. Whatever."
That was lazy as shit.
Listen, it gets to a point where
We had
sometimes-
much going on today, so I guess it's kind of.
It's been a
acceptable
really
today.
busy day. It's been a busy.
It's been rough for you, so.
and it was very rough for me.
What? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know.
today?
Alex is in a whole new like dimension of something.
I'm gonna record today. Can't wait to see how that video comes out.
what?
What?
I was gonna record today.
I mean, get near the mic.
I was going to record today. What the?
It's like back here, like, yeah, whatever. Let's record today.
I have a new segment.
Okay.
Is it called Alex gets as far away from the mic as he can while he tries to tell us a story?
Alex forgets his job. Okay.
What have you guys been doing up to lately?
What have you guys been doing up to lately?
We go around in like clockwise, counterclockwise, whatever, and we talk about some interesting story that's happened to us this week in our lives outside from YouTube.
Wow, that's a good. I like this.
I cried a little bit on the table here.
I
think I spit up my Dr. Pepper.
Wait, is that what that was? And I touched it.
Ew! Ew!
Hey, compared to the things I touched today, it's for shame.
Well, I just touched them all through you, so.
Well,
Amazing.
What'd you do? Hawk a fucking
I
whole
was-
movie of Dr. Pepper over to him? What did you do?
it was an accident.
Came out of your
okay?
nose.
Maybe. Maybe it
What
did.
you're causing here.
Oh,
Okay, well.
okay. Well, what have you been up to doing lately? What was the? What was the?
I don't know.
Today I've been up to doing what I've been doing. And that's what I've been up to today.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That was,
Does it have
Are
to
you
be
gonna-
within the week?
I guess. I mean,
Well,
Did I ever
The
t-
sound of it means like it sounds like he wants to do it a weekly thing. So it'd be the stuff that's happened
Oh my
since
God.
the last time we did this. So
That's
technically,
stupid.
it could be
That's
in the
stupid.
past
what do you
few
mean?
weeks.
Why is
That's
that-
stupid.
Why is that stupid?
Did I ever tell you guys how I'm afraid but not afraid to go fishing? Did I ever tell you this story?
No.
why are you afraid to go fishing?
I'm afraid to go fishing because there was a story attached to me going fishing one time before. I've only gone fishing one time.
Okay, what happened when you went?
But I
fishing?
like, because you guys say, like, oh, go fishing or whatever. It's like, oh, maybe I want to go fishing again sometime. But I don't want to go fishing because I'm afraid of what might happen again. So what happened was I went with my dad fishing to, I don't even know what it would be, like a pond.
Was
or,
it a lake? Was it a pond? Was it a river? Was it
it was like a large circle of body of water.
reservoir?
Yeah. Talking like him now. Something like that.
Okay.
contagious,
It was
really.
water. Okay, we
It
know
was
it was
water.
water. There's
was
probably
water.
some sort of fish
But
in
it was
this
like
water.
at the bottom of the hill. So there was like there's a hill.
If there was a bunch of
bottom-
like hills that were like leading down to it, it's probably a reservoir.
There you
it
go,
depends if
there's
it
that.
looked man-made or not. Did it look man-made?
I mean, I was young, so I don't know.
It's a lake. We'll call
It
it. a
was
stupid
either way.
lake.
So
Was there
I went
a
through.
dam?
No, there was no dam. It was just the bottom.
Could it have been a delta?
I have no idea what this was.
Okay.
There were fish
like
in
the
it,
Nile
though.
River Delta.
Exactly. Like
But
That's
the
a very
whole day,
fertile piece
I
of
was
land.
prepping for this. Like, I went with him to the store. I got my own little fucking. It was like a
Tackle
it was
box?
like an X-Men fucking fishing rod. It was crazy because it had that really big reel on it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and you don't really see-
Zepco, the
Yeah.
Zepco, like.
Yeah, it was huge. It had like fucking Wolverine. It was like the animated X-Men. It was all done up really cool. It didn't play the theme song or anything like that, sadly, but it was cool enough for what it was. And then I went with him. We picked out lures, all that. I picked some spiffy, colorful ones. It was like I didn't like worms because I don't like picking them out and fucking folding them
stabbing
over.
them
and-
on a
yeah,
hook?
yeah. I couldn't do that.
Oh, I got real good at that.
So I
Never
got
done it.
like normal just what are they, like rubberized ones?
Yeah,
colorful. I got those. Got it all set up. I had corn and shit. Like I guess you use corn sometimes too. Yeah. And I go there with him, and he's teaching me how to fucking like cast out and all that shit. And I'm sitting on the side of the hill, kind of like because the hill's so steep. I'm kind of like laid back, I guess, because it's like, it's steep enough that you can like kind of lay back on it. And probably no more than 5 minutes being there, I had the sharpest fucking pain happen in my armpit. And I fucking started bawling. I was rolling around the hill, crying up and down. Like, I didn't know what the fuck it was. I was like rolling around like this. I was fucking going nuts. I was fucking crying my eyes out. Like, he had to fucking pick me up, put me in the back of the car. And we had to go to, I guess there was like it wasn't a hospital or whatever, but it was like a fucking grocery store or something. Probably got like Neosporin or something. I had to put it. It was legit in my fucking armpit. And later I would find out that I actually sat and rolled over a fucking beehive on the ground. And the whole thing was right under my arm. And so I got stung I don't know how many times in my armpit.
Just one little area where they're all just like trying to get out.
I have no idea. It was so bad, like, and I never went fishing again after that. It was so bad, thinking like, oh, I'm going to get stung by more bees. It was traumatizing. James. It was very traumatizing.
Bees and fishing have little to no correlation.
I realize that. But you understand the concept. You understand the concept of having something happen.
Yes, I know. You
like, relate the two. You relate the two.
It's like it's like a trigger.
Exactly. Yes.
Or like a dog. Like if a dog does something bad.
Yeah, it's like it's something that will remind you of the instance.
Yeah,
that
so the two are in kind of like correlation to each other. So fishing.
To you.
Yes, to me. Fishing will always remind me of the time when I fucking rolled over a beehive and got stung. I don't know how many times in my armpit. And that's always going to be there. And I'll never look at fishing the same. Never.
My experience was exactly the opposite.
Yeah, of course.
It sounded like I did the exact same thing as you did. I got my own fishing rod. I was so excited, and I went out there, and I had the time of my life.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I caught a bunch of fish. So, I mean, that just kind of led to me wanting to fish a lot more.
I also had a creek behind my house, my very first house, before I even moved into the city. There was a creek behind my house that was past a fence that you weren't supposed to go in. It was really weird. Okay, so this system, there was like a forest
Is it
system.
irrigation, like?
It's like a creek that ran into like this wooded area, and if the wooded area you could come out of here, there was a bunch of hippies that fucking sat in the like right at the entrance there. They probably smoked weed and stuff like that at the entrance. Who knows? And then you go further
hippies.
back, and you end up getting to a point where it crosses into a hunting ground. And for some reason, me being a kid and all my friends at the time, we all fucking like, for some reason, kept going back there. Even though we were definitely in a hunting area, there was like a little shack and shit back there. We fucked around back there a lot. It was pretty stupid.
Sounds dangerous.
But I always, for some reason, I know this isn't true, but like in my little kid mind, I always thought there was alligators back there. Like I thought in the creek there was always a gator, and I never wanted to go back there to the gators. But I know, and like now in my mind, I'm like, never fucking gators back there. But back then, I never went too deep into the woods out there because I was always afraid
that Crocagator
that there were some gators back there that would come out. It was a shallow creek. Like there couldn't have been a gator back there. But I thought there would be a gator that would come. I always thought like maybe what broke the fence was a gator.
The gator was coming out and broke the fence.
And I thought that maybe the gator would fucking come out like at some point. And I shit you not, I had dreams when I was little where I would be back there and I get chased by a gator all the way back through the entrance.
Sounds like how an urban legend is created. Like,
yeah.
But
every
like,
time I would luckily make it out.
There.
Every time I would just barely make it out of the fence. So like the gator would never catch me, but the gator was always like, he resided back there in that creek. It was just like, I mean, it could have been a legend. There could have been a gator.
It could have been
there.
a legend.
I don't know.
30-foot long gator.
I also got
in the
poison
shallow
ivy
creek.
back there one time.
What are we talking about right now?
Talking about James's childhood, obviously,
sounds
Alex.
atrocious.
I don't know
Sounds
how
like
we
a-
got to
sounds like a
this.
traumatic
Because I
topic
guess when
over
I
here.
said since the last time we
gators,
talked
bees,
about
and
this,
poison
he went
ivy.
all the way back to when he was a kid. So
This was
James.
This is a week in my life.
Yeah,
it might
yeah.
not be last week, but it was a week in my life. So it still
so
happened.
Seamus, how about you?
It still happened.
I don't even know how to follow that up. There's no way to
Still
follow
happened.
that up. He has this whole urban legend gator story, and I've got nothing here.
Can you just imagine being little and there's
I
a
was
little
just
creek
saying
and you think there's a gator chasing you out?
This past week or couple weeks, but I didn't know we were gonna spin back the time clock and go.
You
all the
never
way back.
thought there would be a gator that would chase you or some kind of monster that would chase you?
Yeah, Bigfoot.
Oh,
That's
Bigfoot chase.
stupid. At least
That's
mine
a
was
real
real.
thing.
Yeah,
you
like
mean?
his is more
Hey,
realistic. Like gators are
believe-
Gator
A
where?
gator.
Gator where? In your
In a
the-
creek.
in the
In
creek
Pennsylvania.
Behind my house in
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Back behind some fallen trees. But the fence, if you could picture it in your mind, the scene, it looked like something came
It
through
was a
there.
gator-sized
The,
hole.
the tree had fell down. We used to always climb the trees and shit like that. But behind the tree, there was a fence that was knocked down. Something knocked that fence over.
Could it have
Mm.
been a
It could have
tree?
been a gator.
Could it have been a
Gator.
tree?
I
Gator
think
looking-
there's more of a chance that it was actually Bigfoot than a gator at that point because you're
You might have
talking
had
about
it as a
backwoods
Bigfoot as well.
Pennsylvania. That-
I had, I
Hey,
had
you know,
a
someone
creek.
might have had a pet gator and threw it in the creek, and
I mean, it's
That's
not
how
gonna-
urban
it's
legends
not gonna
start.
get that big. I mean, you're
Either
talking
way.
about like the dog and Sandlot here. That's what.
what if
that's
there
how
was
you're
some
you're
nuclear stuff
twisting.
in that? Like,
Hey, that could be.
I'm not
true.
twisted. This is how I thought of it when I was little. So maybe it could have been a baby
and
gator.
and like
you know?
adult rationality has never looked over that.
I'm
and said,
saying
hey,
now there probably wasn't a gator there, but you never know. I haven't been there in I don't know how long since I
Well,
moved.
now we're gonna have to take a trip out to Pennsylvania and go investigate this gator.
they might have
Like-
fixed it. They might have fixed it. I don't know, but like
could
there
be another gator that comes out. Makes
Yeah.
another hole. You never know. Might have to
Bigfoot
investigate
gators.
it.
Maybe they fixed it.
This
by
this
then.
this matriarch gator could have birthed many other gators. That
It was
have-
also near a park too, so there would be like a little swing set.
yeah,
like,
because
right
he
nearby,
feeds on
so-
children.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
That's
doubt
how he
it.
got
I wouldn't
big.
doubt it at the
that is how
problem.
they got.
That's how he got
That's how
big.
that gator got
Ever
30
any
feet long.
disappearances
So that's
in
the
your
thing. I
county?
never really saw it being a big gator. It was always like it was like just as big as me. So it was like a well matched gator. So
Was it
that's
evenly
probably
matched?
why.
So if they ever got into a fight, they would be relatively evenly
Yes,
matched.
we were evenly. That's why I was always able to just barely escape. Is because we were even at the time.
They were
like,
even.
I could outrun him, but he had a nice girth to him, I guess. But like we were both kind of
Well, he has to be able to swallow you, so he had to have the girth.
Nah, I figured piece by piece. I guess he'd just eat me. You know, I don't know.
Sounds like a scary childhood.
Yeah, I mean, going back there was like it's an adventure all the time. But like, there's so many of us. Sometimes there'd be like 5 of us that would go back there. So it'd be like, yeah, we'd take that fucking gator, punch it.
The one-on-one, I mean, that's kind of risky, but 5-on-1, it's looking better.
I would go back there sometimes on my own. That's how I got the poison ivy.
Yeah, I always used to get really bad poison ivy when I was a kid because I was always out in the woods.
Or
Just
burn
like,
hazel.
Burn hazel.
never heard of that.
What is that?
Burn hazel like fucking hurts.
Sounds like it burns.
It's like the same shit, I guess, kind
so
of.
it's like an
but
irritant.
I
but-
don't even know. I don't even know what this plan is. Did I make it up while I was little? Maybe I did. Let me
The
know.
urban legend
hazel.
of the burn
No,
hazel.
I heard it.
hazel.
I
The
shit
burn
you not,
hazel
man.
gator.
My mother told me that I had burn hazel. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it's just maybe that's your mom's like nickname for stupid poison ivy. is
No,
burn
I had
hazel.
poison ivy
His
and
mom's
burn hazel were
a fucking
separate.
Ancient shaman.
That James has the Bernie
Rituals.
leaf rash.
They
this
were
week,
separate. I'm telling you,
Burn hazel?
burn hazel has to be a real thing. Is it a
Bernie
real,
leaf rash.
or is it a good thing? Maybe it's a good thing. No. What the fuck?
Is it real?
No, it is real.
Ooh, it's real.
Burn weed, burn
Burn
nettle, burn hazel. This is real.
So, wait, what does it look like? Give me a picture.
This is
I don't
real.
want to see any like
This is
skin
real.
picture.
This is real. Hold up. It's real. It's got a weird name to it. It's like Urtica dioicea or something. There it is right there. That's burn hazel right there. It's
So it's
stinging
like nettles.
It's a stinging. Yeah.
yeah. I think I
Nettle.
think I've seen those.
That's what it
before.
says. Stinging nettle.
Yeah,
Sounds like a shitty plant.
they're super sharp. And
Stinging
they
nettle.
hurt.
It's
not- it's not-
real.
It's not quite as because poison ivy is more of an irritant. You know, the oils get in your skin.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
It screw you up.
But
That
burn-
more so like just pings you and then you get screwed over like
But
that.
burn hazel's an actual thing. Okay, I'm not crazy. It's just a nickname for something else here. It says, yes, burn nettle, burn weed, and burn hazel are the alternate names. I was just told burn hazel.
He was right.
Wow.
I was right, motherfucker.
What do you know?
Fuck you.
They showed
Fuck
us.
you. It ain't hurt. I know. See?
Of
so
course.
because burn hazel was real, the
gator.
gator must be real too.
By association,
Because I'm remembering all this from my
by
childhood.
process of elimination,
One
the
thing
gator's
can't be real, one thing can't be, it's all got to be real or it's all got to be fake. And because burn hazel's real, that means the gator's
That
fucking
means
real
the
too.
gator's real too. Okay. Okay. So Seamus, how was your week?
It was great. I didn't have any childhood fishing trips or burn hazel or gator in the woods. Kind of avoided all danger. Didn't get any poison ivy. It was a good week in regards to personal safety, I would say.
That's good to hear. That's
doing all right.
very good to hear. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of anything that would even come close to these numerous stories James has told and completely made this.
He just came out with like 3
segment
stories.
irrelevant. Yeah,
he came
I
out
mean,
with 3
what
stories.
can
Like,
we
how do you match up to that?
I'm sorry.
One time.
Did I tell you that I used to steal hockey sticks?
Oh no.
Oh, what a rambunctious
Okay, well,
child.
next week on Alex's "What Did You Do? Are You Up To?" James will go over.
There's
He stole hockey sticks as
Also
a child.
known as James's traumatic childhood experience.
we had a big community back
Traumatic
then.
/ defining.
I had a very, very brief moment.
Self-exploration of childhood stories of the James Wilson.
Hey, there was a gym teacher, okay, that gave
Can't
me
wait for this.
compliments on my street hockey ability.
So,
So you stole hockey sticks.
It
and
went straight to my head. It went straight to my head, and I was like, okay,
Wow,
this is what I'm going to
become
do.
a professional street hockey player.
Hockey player,
The pro
I
hockey
figure,
circuit.
okay, so I'm good in school,
What kind of,
and I
what
could.
kind of compliments was he handing out to you?
As
He was just saying like you're the best one on
He's
the
like-
team and shit. Like
He's
I was
hey Wilson, looking good out there.
tapped me on the
He's like
ass and
that.
everything.
Yeah, you got a
Maybe he wasn't exactly complimenting your hockey.
It's like, James, you've got a butt made for hockey. What do you say about that?
Well, I don't really tone my ass for hockey, but I mean, if that's
but
how
if
it
you
is.
say so, then
You
hey.
say so, hey. You're like, yeah, I can help you with your exercises if you want. I know exactly what you're looking for in regards to tone and shape.
Is this leading somewhere?
Yeah, because okay, so the community that I lived at, the same place with the gator and everything. Okay, up this
Fucking Gator community.
like maybe 2 blocks up. There's a lot of shit in this community, but there was a hockey rink right next to a pool. And in the hockey
Sounds
rink,
dangerous.
everybody would always go, I'd go in there and I'd
Try
fucking
one, Shane.
just shoot randomly and shit like that. But for some reason, people always left their hockey sticks. Oh, fucking missed. Some people would always leave their hockey sticks in like a big, it was like a trash
bin, yeah.
And looking back, I probably was digging in the garbage. I was digging in the garbage for hockey sticks. I was digging in the garbage for hockey sticks, but I never had a hockey stick. I never had a hockey stick of my own. So I take out some of the ones that were in the garbage bin, and I'd use them to play street hockey. Some of them were really good, and some of them were broken. But like
You were digging in the trash.
I was digging in the garbage. But man, you couldn't stop me. I pull out my rollerblades. I pull out my stick that I got from the garbage up there, and I'd go play some street hockey with people. I mean. It didn't last long.
were they like pug games where you're like walking around, you're just going around your neighborhood like skating around? And
We play literally in the middle of the street. Like we had goals that we would pull out, like the metal goals. They were probably more so for soccer, but we'd pull them out in the middle of the street, and like we had goal here, and we just kind of play like like that. I will say I eventually did get my own stick though. Like I got a blue one. It had a blue end to it, and
What happened to that street hockey career?
I don't know. I ditched it really quick. Like it wasn't. It didn't last very
thing
long.
with the
I think
coach
once I got
didn't
my
work
bike. I think once I got my bike, like that was it.
What kind of bike did you
He
get?
went cycling now.
I got a piece of shit bike. It was stupid. Had those stupid big ass pegs on there, so that way people could keep jumping on it.
Oh yeah, so you got one of those BMX bikes. I always wished that I'd have one of those pegs.
Do you understand how much of a burden that is as a child
you
to have
imagine?
a bike with pegs on the front and the back?
I always
Everybody
wanted that.
wants a fucking ride.
Imagine
a
the
dude
sick
wants
tricks
on the
you could
front
do.
and somebody wants on the back. No, they want you to take them around. Like they want. So I have to, fucking go on the bike with someone on the front and go around, and then there's someone on the back too. Like that happened numerous times. I always had to fucking take, people. I'd fucking unscrew them. I'd take them off. But then you'd have these long, like, what do you call them? Like fucking, like the screws or whatever. Like
Yeah.
they'd still be there. So
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Should start charging people.
So the hockey thing was very, very brief. Not too long at all. But it just reminded me of digging in the garbage for hockey sticks.
Wow.
That was another week in my life.
That's touching childhood stories.
And the bike thing was another week in my child. You got like 3 weeks here. 4 weeks of my life now. You don't want any more weeks? Are you good with the week thing? Yeah?
I think he's fine.
Good with the week thing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
All right.
Well,
I don't think he was expecting.
Alex's.
Yeah.
This is what James is.
What about you? Do you have any
up
week
to.
things? Any week in your life, a week thing?
Well, I didn't want it to be like any week in your life, because then.
Well, I just changed it for you to be any week in your life. You get the option to pick whatever
See,
week.
I don't want it to be any week of my life though, because then that's like super general.
Then that defeats the purpose of the segment.
You get to funnel it down yourself. You get to pick. You know? What do you want?
Wait, then shouldn't the segment be named something different?
Week in your life. It's just a week in your life. Pick a week.
Any week.
I don't know about that.
It's hard to remember all the weeks that have gone
There's
by.
a lot of weeks out there.
There are a lot of
out
weeks,
there.
but there's got to be some memorable stories.
There's got to be a week that was just like, whoa, I'm crazy emotional, or I'm crazy happy, or I'm crazy
The reason I brought it up
crazy
is
right
'cause
now.
I had this. I had this epiphany. I think it was like a couple days ago,
So this never happened.
This is a recent.
Go ahead, Alex.
and I realized that I'm starting to not like things about like the outdoors, and one of the things I don't like is this goose. That
One specific goose.
it's this one specific.
It's a
goose.
family of geese.
There's 2 geese. All right, there's 2 geese, and they always patrol the same area. During my walk path or my run path at night, they go to a different area where I jog, and they're there doing their own thing. But this morning, like I was out there, and he was just screaming the whole entire time. And I'm sitting there watching this.
goose?
Yeah, he by himself. I guess he was calling his other goose friend, but he would not stop yelling. And I'm sitting there, and I'm getting frustrated at this goose who just won't stop.
Like you can't even like chase them away because
and
they
I-
turn on you.
And I'm like, am I the only one feeling this? And I look around, there's like construction workers and people doing their own thing. They're completely ignoring the goose. But I'm here having this fixated issue on this goose, who not only is over there screaming this entire time, waking up people. You know, these poor people have to work. This goose is over there screaming.
Yeah, the goose doesn't have to work.
But when I walk my dog, him and his friend, they gotta come over. They gotta come over and be like, what's going on over here? Like, always the same exact pathway, and they always gotta fuck with me.
Why don't you
These
take
2
a
geese.
water gun now with you and just
Why don't you bring some bread and give them some bread?
Because there's a lot of people that
Can't
walk
feed 'em.
around, and if they see me fucking going out there with a
can't
water bottle spraying
'Cause
geese,
it's
like I
bad.
might
Yeah.
get talked to, you know.
Well, then, like you said, take bread.
You can't. It's illegal.
How
You're
is it
supposed to
illegal?
feed wildlife.
Huh.
Who the fuck is gonna call the police? Yeah, there's some guy feeding
Do you
geese
know-
out here.
All these
I think-
retirees out here in Denver have nothing better to do
They have, like,
than to like
binoculars, and, like-
snitch on people.
That young man is feeding
This is
geese.
upholding the law and making sure other people get in trouble is exactly why every single person that is retired lives for. They have nothing better to do, so they form HOAs and committees and boss people around.
Those people suck.
Yes, they do.
They're like the night watch, but they're there all day.
I just feel like when I get older, I'll just be like that guy.
Yeah.
That just like gets mad at like kids playing outside or something. Just like over a while, he comes out just screaming because he's had weeks of just torment from whatever's going on. The kids are like, "What the fuck is his problem?" Like I'll be that guy that's like, "Get the fuck out of here! Stop screaming so much!" And
So you're relating to the goose?
I just realized
I think
I
he's
have
relating to
this
the-
major issue with a goose, but it's just a fucking goose. Like,
Well, have you ever thought of it that way? That the goose maybe through his week, maybe it was hell, and this is him letting it out.
What if his wife?
And then like maybe
It's just not-
this
okay.
could be your time to also be.
Okay.
Like, "Wah,
there's a time and
wah,"
a place, right?
you know?
There's a time and a place, right? In a public parking lot, people are trying to do their own thing. This goose is in the middle of the parking lot screaming away at people. Like, what's his deal?
Have you thought about sitting down with the goose and working out something verbally?
No, see, I walk like I said, like I'll like run at night or something, and I'll see him and whatever, and he'll just look at me. He won't
you've never even tried
He won't
talking.
say anything at night because he's just like. But I give him that look. I'm like, I fucking know you, dude. Like, don't even look at me. Like. I
So the
don't know.
goose is is he on a corner or like where is this goose at?
He's working
Every
the
night?
corner.
Is he selling drugs or what? Like
I
what?
don't
Put a
know,
leash
he's-
on him and bring him inside.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna put a leash on a goose.
Why
They
not?
bite. You know that, right?
Well,
They
you can punch.
they don't. Well, yeah, they kind of bite.
They
I
bite.
mean, they
Throw
bite.
a lasso on it and you just quick like.
All right,
you know,
so
Okay,
I'm out
so-
there,
so
I'm out there
just
running around throwing lassos at geese. Like, you don't think someone's gonna stop?
No,
me? Like,
because
what the fuck are you
you're
doing?
not doing anything harmful for them. Because the little known thing about geese is that if you get them and you bite their wing, like you bite the top part of their wing, it like tames them. It like shows them who's.
I'm not gonna go out there biting
who's
geese.
the master.
Like, they have like diseases and shit.
No,
I'm not just gonna go out there biting
That's
them.
why you go back and you can give them a bath afterwards. So
There
they'll
you
be.
go.
Not
And
giving
you just gotta get
fucking
good
goose a
mouthwash.
bath.
You need to
So
tame
you walk
that
up,
goose.
grab them. It's kind of a you got to watch some YouTube videos on it. You got to like grab the base of their neck, but you also have to kind of like get a pillowcase to go over their head. So
Sounds
they
like a kidnapping at this point.
but as soon as you get that, they feel like it's nighttime, so they automatically are like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. So they go to bed, and then that's when you can bite.
Are you sure
their
that's not the
wing.
lack of oxygen from being in the bag?
They go to bed.
No, honestly, I think what it is like Colorado is just like this place that we just just like filed in and just put up shit, and these animals just been living there. Like, all right,
The
this is
animals
cool,
are like,
because we saw
oh,
this
this
bear
happened.
experience, right? But sometimes like I'll be out at the gas station at night and I hear a pack of fucking wild dogs just running
Yeah,
through the field right across the street, and I'm just like,
coyotes.
Coyotes,
They have you ever heard a howling rampage of those things? Like when they have a
Yes.
whole den together,
Yes.
they're like,
yeah, they're running and they're screaming and they're running through the field screaming, and like
Yeah.
I remember this one scene because I heard this. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I look up on the street light and there's like 2 fucking owls just looking at me. And it's like,
Oh, I heard a real loud
I'm
owl
like, they don't
last
want us
night.
here.
I went out to let the
They
dog
don't
out,
want
and
us.
I heard
They
it.
don't.
It was
They don't want us
really
here.
loud. I've never heard like an owl like.
you
get
just
that
had
loud.
4
It's just
weeks
like,
of your personal experience. Save this. Save this one.
There's
moment.
another week.
Seamus, have you had any animal
I
experiences?
never fucking. What are you talking? This is just an owl
James.
thing. It goes with yours.
Owls. Well, apparently when I was a kid, I chased some geese at a cemetery, and that didn't work out very well.
What happened?
Apparently they turned on me and chased me. I was really young, so I don't remember. I also got bit in the face by a dog when I was a kid. There's a scar on my face somewhere. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a little indent, probably. Apparently I got bit.
I see it. I
I
Why'd
got
you
bit-
do that in the cemetery?
Hmm?
What'd you do in the
I
cemetery?
was probably with my family visiting one of our dead relatives.
Oh,
That was probably what we were doing in the cemetery.
Maybe they were visiting their dead relatives and you just chasing them
Well,
away.
they were who? The geese?
The geese, yeah.
Fuck the geese. Who cares?
See, he's actually formed quite the emotional bond with these certain geese. That's why I think you need to go out there and show, like, you goose, who is boss? Bite that wing.
Yeah, I was like 3
Bite
years
the
old and I
wing.
chased
Biting
some
a
geese
wing.
away.
Yeah,
You
listen to
can't-
this. He was probably jumping on trying to bite the wing, like, you know,
I was
people are
trying to
told
tame
to.
them, but then there was like a whole flock of them, so they turned on me.
Like, you imagine if you're a younger kid, you could probably ride one of those geese. Like, they're pretty strong animals. You could, like, you know,
can wrap
lasso
around
them
their
up,
neck
you
and-
kind of hold on, you know, like ostriches.
All right.
You brought this upon
segment's
us.
just gone to shit.
Hey, you brought it up,
It's gone.
Alex,
It
okay?
it was a good week in your life.
Completely
It
shit.
was a good week in your life. Everybody had a week in their life that they. I mean, it was
I
good.
heard.
I can
It's
reflect on a couple weeks of my life and
good.
say it was
Good.
good or
Couple
bad.
weeks in their life.
Everyone's got some.
I can't remember most. I mean, I can tell you some stories about my exploits. You know what? There was a really good time.
We're done here.
Where I'm
Time's
a
done.
big fan of fireworks.
He's got
Oh,
a
yeah.
week in his
I'm a
life.
big fan of fireworks, and my Uncle Mike. I've talked about
Unky Mike.
Uncle Mike a few different times. He's a great guy. He really fed my obsession for video games. The Crocodile Hunter. I would go over to his house and watch Crocodile Hunter all the time.
You could
I don't
help
know.
James as a kid.
I mean, I don't know how.
Could have came out and helped me find that shit.
I could have.
Could have find that.
I mean, I love Crocodile Hunter, so I would obviously distraught at the news. But whenever I go over, I don't even know how Uncle Mike put up with me because I'd go over there and I'd make him put on a Crocodile Hunter. I wouldn't let him watch anything that he wanted to watch.
Crocodile Hunter.
How'd he
all
die
day.
again?
Huh?
How'd he die again?
It's a stingray.
Ah,
He got punctured.
Stung by a stingray.
Man, I
punctured.
remember the day after he died, people were making fucked up jokes about that right off the
Oh,
bat.
yeah, they were.
They did not go easy on that guy.
What kind of jokes?
Don't repeat them.
All right.
Yeah, don't repeat them. Yeah, you don't
I'm
need
just
to
saying,
say
you'd
those.
see a picture of a stingray, and there would be a joke about him.
They
Like,
still do to this day.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Poor Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Poor Steve Irwin.
So it's like that's what I said. Like he is in correlation with stingrays now, and stingrays you probably can't see them differently without relating it to him. See,
I don't think about it that much.
I do.
Oh well.
Yeah, I don't
I guess
see-
it's a personal thing still.
I don't see stingrays too often, so.
You're right. I don't either.
Anyway, so
really
But if I do, I think
Uncle Mike provided
this
me.
creek, there might be some stingrays in it. behind my
Some
house.
stingray creeks.
Trying to try.
Are you
tell
making
a
fun of me
story
right
now?
now?
And you're
No,
making
legit.
fun of James's
Legit.
amazing.
Burn Hazel
weekend
was real,
stories.
motherfucker.
He proved it. I don't think anyone argued the Burn Hazel,
Yeah.
James.
Then the whole fucking thing was real.
Yeah, I guess
I don't
so.
need this asshole on my case telling me it wasn't real.
You fucking got gators in your backyard.
You're fucking believing in Bigfoot over there when you're 5 years
I
old.
have
Fuck
fucking-
you.
I have evidence of it, you
No,
asshole.
you don't.
Do you?
Okay, can I explain this story,
Yes,
please?
please. I
Okay.
want to hear the week in your life.
Uncle Mike was always great at supplying me with fireworks. I believe they're illegal in Minnesota, as
Probably,
they are in most
absolutely.
places. So we would go over to Michigan, or no, it was Wisconsin. So Wisconsin, there's a place called Fireworks City. There is one of those great things. You'd buy one, get one for 99 cents kind of thing. So we'd stock up. I'd get bottle rockets, M150s, water dynamite, black cats.
How about
the whole
those little
the worms,
snake pellets?
The
that
worms.
come out?
I got those once. I was so disappointed. I
those
had
were
never
really
been more
amazing.
disappointed in my life. To see, I put them down. I'm just like, and I sat there, and it's just like,
Hey, those things are good, man. What the hell? I watch those, and then if it's windy out, they blow away. It's just like, bye-bye. You know,
they were
go.
stupid.
You can even pick them up.
They
and
were
be like,
stupid. You know what that means?
I hold your life in my hand, and you kill it.
You know what that means is that you didn't have access to real fireworks as a child.
You're right.
That's exactly what that means.
I had smoke bombs and those,
So
and poppers.
I would get the best of the best. I would, fill up tubs of water to use the water dynamite in, and I just throw them in there just to watch it go underwater. It was
never
really
did
cool.
that.
It was really cool. I would strap grasshoppers to bottle rockets.
That's fucked up. That's pretty fucked up.
I one time I strapped the bottle rocket up to a grasshopper. It was still alive. I mean, I was young too. This
That don't
this
fucking
is young
matter.
me.
That doesn't take away from it.
I'm just saying. I was young.
That's fucking
But anyway,
atrocious.
so I lit the bottle rocket and it shot with the weight. I didn't think much. So with the weight of this grasshopper, it wasn't able to do the exact
Oh my god.
So it shot like that over, and my mom was coming out of the front door of the house at the time, and the bottle rocket proceeded to hit the door in front of her and blow up right on the other side. I don't know if the grasshopper was a part of that explosion or if it managed
Did
to
she
escape.
know there was a grasshopper in there?
No, she didn't.
Did she ever see the remains of the grasshopper?
No one knows what happened to that grasshopper, and
It got fucking
we can all
disintegrated.
I know,
lived,
I know. He could have jumped off halfway
Yeah.
through flight. I mean,
probably
he
lived
could have
a long, healthy
survived.
life.
What did you use to tie it on there?
Tape.
You don't think that tape would have held?
I think it did.
Do you think a grasshopper would have been able to break tape? What
I don't
kind
know.
of
It
tape?
depends. It was
Scotch
just a
tape?
It's got
Scotch
to be a
tape,
strong
yeah.
grasshopper.
It was just
Gotta
Scotch
be a real
tape.
strong grasshopper.
He was a heavy grasshopper too.
Ooh,
But
why-
anyway, so that was the first time my fireworks
Why didn't you
got
fuck with something
confiscated.
more your size, like a praying mantis or something like that?
So the other time,
got
I
yours.
actually made a homemade bazooka. I think I've told this story before. I don't know.
Did you
But
hit a praying mantis with it?
No, I shot my sister with it.
Oh, that's what I
Oh,
thought.
that's much better.
Yeah.
An
And
actual
so
human being.
it was actually,
Great.
this was the most accurate shot. I actually got this big tube, this big cardboard tube, and I out of my creativity, I created a sight for it where I got a toothpick. So I stuck like one toothpick, and then I did one like this, and then like this, and then a crosshair in the middle. So I made a little scope out of some toothpicks and Scotch tape. So there's just tape everywhere in this thing, and I'd have my brother load the bottle rocket in the back and light it. And I'd aim it, and one time my sister was standing out there, and I yelled at her, and I aimed it. I didn't think it was going to hit her. It hit her right in the leg. It's about a 50-yard shot. Blew up. I got my fireworks confiscated again. So, yeah.
Were you training to if the United States got invaded at some point and you
He
had
was
to
gonna shoot him with a bottle rocket.
he was gonna defend his own land with a homemade bazooka that shoots out some sort of shrapnel? Was that your thought process?
No, he's
or,
just being a
I
little
mean,
asshole,
I
just
was
like he
just-
is to this day. Still an asshole.
poor
Just
grasshopper.
trying to,
Why didn't you fuck with a praying mantis?
I've only ever seen one in my life.
Really?
In the wild. Like, I've seen them in,
Couldn't you get sued
why-
once upon a time for fucking with those?
I think so, yeah,
What, a
probably.
praying mantis?
Yeah,
I
because
think
they
I
were
didn't.
like.
I saw it. And it was, there was a stick. I've never seen a praying mantis in the wild, but I saw a stick insect or
A
whatever.
wild praying mantis.
How did you just fucking confuse the two? A stick thing and a fucking praying mantis.
They're both cool.
It's what they have in common. They're both cool.
They're
and
both pretty cool.
Insect.
I remember
bugs.
the first time I seen one, I threatened to step on it, and like whoever was with me was just like, "No, you'll get fucking arrested for that." I was like, "What the hell?" Like I let it go. Like I didn't do anything, but like
So you threatened a praying mantis?
I thought it was a normal bug. Like at the time, like I thought like bugs are bugs. Like I'll kill it.
I just find it funny that you like told it you were gonna step on it, like you threatened it, and then your friend had to like talk you down.
I don't even know what. Maybe I was being an asshole too, and I was just like, "Hey, I'm
Sounds
gonna
about
kill
right.
this bug. I'm gonna kill this bug. Come
Your friend
watch
had to like
this."
talk you down, like no, you can't kill that bug.
Haven't you heard? I probably was also told in like science or something. Like if you see these things, don't kill them.
I was never taught about that.
I don't know. Maybe I was.
I had this praying mantis that I kept for a little bit when I was younger, and
You're not supposed to
I
do
gave
that.
him a bunch of crickets to eat, and the crickets ended up eating the praying mantis.
What the fuck? You should be sued. You should be sued.
Well, I mean, he's not much of a praying mantis if he gets eaten by his
Yeah,
prey.
but you fucking put those things in there with it. That was your fault.
It was really weird.
How much is the fine for a praying mantis? I'm fucking. You're gonna fucking be held accountable for your actions.
You just got 15 years ago. You're stealing hockey sticks, you motherfucker. I'll find
They
out
weren't
what-
in
They were
Endangered hockey.
broken and not
matter.
wanted anymore.
They weren't
property.
endangered hockey sticks.
I'm gonna look
You
up this
committed
fine.
You committed a felony.
Let's
He committed
see.
petty theft is pretty much what he committed.
A crime. Killing praying mantis, a crime carrying a $50 fine as a punishment.
$50.
Motherfucker, you're going down.
$50 right now.
$50. You're
I'm not
paying the
one-
state.
I'm not the one that killed it, though. The crickets killed it.
But you led to its
You
eventual
did that.
death.
You did that.
You
That's
did
not
what's
true.
even worse. You tortured it by leaving something that would eat it. That's like putting a rat in like a cage
the
and then
fuck-
putting like some kind
How
of
in
like
the fuck
insects
would
to go
I
attack
think
it.
that a cricket would a horde of crickets would turn on
Okay,
a
It's a
fucking
horde
you
of
can
'em.
try and go. How many did you put
I
in?
don't know, it was like 10 or something.
Look at that. Like, yeah, what the
Oh
hell?
my goodness!
One
What the
versus 10.
hell?
I don't know.
What do you have to
$50
say
fine,
for
Alex. How do you
yourself?
feel about
I
that?
think you should get fined $50 for each cricket you have
I
in
was
there.
trying to save it. It was like it was in the middle of nowhere, and I was just trying to help it. I thought it was cool looking, so I was like, "Oh, I'll just keep it for a little bit and observe it. I'll give
Observe
it some,
its eventual
I'll give it some
death.
food." and then
It
I
actually
was-
says that it appears to be an urban legend, the whole praying mantis thing. I don't know.
Like the charging and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
I haven't
I've never
either.
heard of a
Why
praying
was I
mantis.
told this?
don't know.
Because you fucking believed alligators were in your backyard.
Why was I told that?
I thought praying mantises were like plentiful and like
No,
not.
like I was told that they were endangered.
Well,
and,
are they
like,
endangered?
It would be a fine if you killed them. Like
Apparently, you get a $50 fine. I don't know.
$50 at least. It still says
I
that
guess,
shit.
I
So
guess I'll pay it, but
you better fucking pay it.
is
Where
it
were
like
you
a-
at when you did this?
back in Massachusetts, I guess.
You're paying the state.
$50.
You're going back to fucking pay that
And
$50.
an extra $50 per week. He didn't pay that $50.
Oh.
Wow, that's.
You're fucked. You're fucked.
Ready to do some community service, Alex?
I guess.
Oh, we're killing a praying mantis.
In truth, no such legal protection for the praying mantis exists. It is not illegal to kill a praying mantis of any kind.
I've never heard of that.
Not in
before
a
now.
single state or federal law forbids you from killing a mantis. Why did I fucking? I've been living my whole life thinking I couldn't kill a praying mantis, and I'll be charged
Well,
money.
James, we'll ship a whole bunch of out here. You can kill them.
But I'm not the only one. The thing is, goddamn it!
I've
Every
never heard
fucking
of it.
time this happens, I'm never the only one that thinks this. I'm not pulling this shit out of my ass. Like other people believe this too.
Well, you know what this means,
Burn
right?
hazel exists. Killing praying mantis.
Other people
finds me not.
believe this.
You know what this means.
This
right?
was collected on the internet in 1999, and
Ooh,
it says
99.
its status was false.
There are a lot of things people believe that the majority don't believe.
You're gonna have to go back home, find that praying mantis you let go all those years ago.
He's gonna be like sitting
and
there
kill
on the cane,
him.
like,
Oh
I've
my
been
God,
waiting
he
for
came
you,
back.
James.
The belief is that it's illegal to kill a praying mantis. $50 fine for a punishment has been floating around since the 1950s. We have no idea where this bit came from. It is not and has never been any federal or state law in terms of killing of the praying mantises.
I'd never heard of that before, so.
There's certainly useful insects that are best left alone, but they're hardly an endangered. That wasn't true either. They're not even endangered.
Bugs are never endangered. No one cares about bugs. They like
Maybe because they're
multiply.
considered beneficial insects to have such an unusual posture. They're praying, for gosh sake. People literally thought it was a crime to kill them. I've been living my whole life with this lie. This is literally one of the fucking. I am crushed. I never would have thought that something I believed since my early fucking days would be that wrong. That wrong.
So this is like a therapy session for James. This whole like creature talk we're having right now.
I can't believe it.
I'd say
I can't
that's
believe
probably
it.
about accurate. James, it's okay. Sometimes
Why do
in
I
life,
hear these things?
Sometimes in life, people just, they try and fill your head with things that aren't exactly true just to try and get you to behave a certain way. Like, it's just the way things are.
It doesn't make any sense, though. Like, who would think that up? Why would they think that up?
Are you gonna tell your kid that?
I should. Fuck that kid. Fuck
there-
that kid.
well, there you
Let
go.
him go with the same fucking deal that I had to go with that fucking 20 years later I just now learned about. Let him go through the same shit. Fuck him.
So every day you had to live with that lie. So
I
you couldn't
did.
kill the praying mantis, and
I can't believe it.
that's a lot of baggage to carry around for that long.
Well, you're still a son of a bitch and you should pay $50 to somebody for that.
All right.
Well,
That's fucked up. That's so
I have a
fucked.
nice list of lies I'm gonna tell my kids.
That's so fucked up. Don't you see what it did to me? Why would you do that to somebody else?
he doesn't have to. Deal
I
with
don't
it.
know what all I was told when I was younger that is completely wrong.
Cause I'd love to see like this reaction out of them when they're older.
I mean, the burn hazel was right, so not everything was a lie, right?
You should
So
probably
that-
bring your mom on Creature
The
Talk.
burn hazel was
Just do a
real.
therapy session with you and your mom.
that was real.
Like-
So but there are things that are wrong. Like
I don't know, just make shit up. Like if you get bit by a fish, you'll get like a disease that they have to amputate your finger off and stuff like that. Just little tiny things that eventually they'll
Eventually
what
will
just
spread,
happened,
and then
yes.
you're gonna get called into school every single week because of a new thing where it's like, okay, your son was telling these kids that if they were going to skin their knee, they were going to contract some kind of illness that was going to make their legs fall off.
I'm like, yes, that's a real thing. That's called gangrene. Do you not teach health in your administration academy?
I would love to see
primary?
Aleks in a parent-teacher conference. I don't know why. That'd be pretty good right
I
there.
can't believe it.
Oh,
I pay taxes, all right? I pay my fair share.
We're
Don't call
the-
me in here when
we're-
I'm trying to work right now. This is bullshit. I can't believe you would call me in on a weekday of all things. I have better things to do than be here right now. It's fucking rush hour. I didn't have my breakfast. Now I'm in here dealing with this shit. Fuck off.
Like,
Seriously.
wait a minute, sir. It's like 5 o'clock. What are
Yeah?
you talking about breakfast for?
I just
You
woke
didn't have your- Oh, okay.
sir, why are you waking up at a decent time like a decent human being?
Because I got drunk last night.
Okay, who looked after your child, sir? Says here you're a single dad.
You can leave them home when they're 8.
Oh no.
Okay, we even looked at DCFS.
They're like pressing a child services button under their desk.
Like the DCFS buttons. 2 agents come in.
Okay, Mr. Marchant, we're going to talk to you for a little while.
You can't do this. He's scheduled for a YouTube video today.
Oh no, there's again. He can't take a week off.
Oh, you're going to be going away for a lot longer than that, Mr. Marchant.
His YouTube career will be over.
He's going to pick up where I left off.
They'll be like, sir, you've been playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive for 40 years. I think it's
everything I know.
So they've come out with at least 7 more Counter-Strikes between now and then.
time to hang it up. God damn.
Living in the past, Mr. Marchant.
It's not even relevant anymore. Nobody plays it. There's like 100 people online concurrent. That's all I teach you every day for 6 hours a day is to be good at it. It's like the most useless life talent he'll ever have is being really good at something that doesn't matter
It's
whatsoever.
obsolete at this point.
Man, oh man, this is awful. Awful. I hate this creature talk after what it's taught me today. You and your stupid week of life shit.
I mean, you're the one that turned that shit into it.
Your fucking stupid week
Because
of
you
life.
didn't have anything that went on last week, so you decided to fucking go back in time and like pull up some shit from your childhood days.
Yeah, you reminded me of it. So I don't know what I did last week, to be honest.
I mean,
Fuck. I mean, what's real and what's not?
Oh, Jay.
The line between
if
reality
only
and
you
fantasy
knew.
has been
Were the
blurred.
Goosebumps books really a choose-your-own-adventure, or did it just lead you to where it wanted you to go?
Just to make you believe
think it's
something
a little bit of
you
both.
didn't want to believe.
What if there was no choose-your-own? What if it was always chosen for you? I question everything now.
that sounds like a BioWare game.
Fuck. Can we actually get to an actual thing here, please? Because, or whatever the fuck.
Oh, we'll talk about one of the topics here, and then we'll get into
Yeah.
some other stuff.
What's this update here? What's that
Oh,
all
yeah, I
about?
could actually do that first.
that?
So,
iTunes
update
had an
for
update.
everyone. Creech Talk is not currently functioning on iTunes.
I seen a lot of people say that it was
I've
fucked
been-
up or something.
Yeah, I've been constantly telling people, but of course, not everyone's going to listen and or see the update. So I thought I'd do it here just to spread the word a little bit more. It is currently, with the site switchover and stuff, I've been working on getting all the iTunes stuff pulled from the old server over so I can install it and send it over to the new server. And it's like a really big amount of random files and stuff like that. And I also am working to get it hosted in a better spot. So I am currently working on it, and it will be done very soon, within the next week or so. And then you guys can all listen to it on iTunes again. But it is still available for download on SoundCloud and all that, and still goes up on YouTube, and you can still watch it here. It's, only one of the 4 different avenues is down currently.
There's
So
plenty of places. I think that just the issue was that it wasn't auto syncing to their shit. Like, I guess
Yeah,
some
no,
people
they're
have
not,
it set
they're
to
not there.
like.
Yeah, it's not there anymore. So like when they try and go back to
Yeah.
it, it's not going to download. So they'll be able to listen to the ones they already have downloaded, but the stuff they don't.
I assume it's just the people that were just like, oh, there should be a new. Like I said, maybe they have it like auto
yeah, new
download.
episode.
It's like, oh,
like,
there's no new
it's
one.
not
What's
syncing
going
up,
on?
and then when they go back to find an older one, it's gonna say like not available or something like that. So I'm still working on it, and it'll be done. Don't you worry, and you'll be able to listen on your iPhones.
You'll have like a good
iPads.
5 episodes like in a row that you
Yeah,
can
it'll
just
sync
keep
all at
going.
once. But like I said, SoundCloud, very available. You can listen to it on your computers, and I'm sure there's
You can
an
always
app for
download it and then
Download it,
manually
yeah.
put it out. It's a little bit of a hassle, but
it's not too bad though. I mean, if you really want to listen to it on a long trip or something. So that's the update for iTunes listeners.
Cool.
If there's still any of you out there, because iPhones are obsolete, to be honest.
I broke mine the other day.
on
Good
purpose.
job,
or-
Alexander.
No, it just fell out and the whole screen cracked.
Hmm.
I had it for like a week.
I've dropped my phone about 100 times now, and it's still going pretty strong so far. So
It's good. It's
pretty
Two
good.
different lives, really, when
Yeah.
you think about it.
Why didn't you mention that in your week? Your week.
That was a while. It wasn't last week.
still in a week of your
Yes,
life.
it was a
Life,
week.
yeah.
At one point.
So let's go. Let's talk about this week's sponsor.
Sponsor!
This week's Creature Talk sponsor. So this week, Creature Talk is brought to you by Harry's. So when exactly did it happen that shaving got so expensive? I have to say that I would like to see. Did any of you guys ever try, a barber shop like the switchblade?
straight like razor.
The straight
kinda?
razor
No.
I go to a barber, yeah.
Well,
Have you
even-
tried it before?
Have I tried myself? No.
Oh, okay. Well,
You get shaved at a
Peop-
barber?
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, they do that. They're,
You barely have any hair on your fucking face.
it's what they do. It's like a tradition.
What do you mean? It goes with the
They-
package?
When they get a barber license and stuff, that's one of the things they learn is how to do like
I know that, but
proper-
I'm asking why do you get it done? You have.
It's just part of it. It's just like you get the haircut and then afterwards they put a towel, like a hot
Are
towel.
you sure
and
they're
then
not charging you extra for
But
that?
anyway,
They're probably charging
Alright.
you extra for
Probably
that.
charging me.
I know I've personally spent a lot of money on those electric razors and stuff like that. So, and then if you do have the standard razors,
That's
you have
not
to
what
go.
you said a minute ago.
Huh?
You asked us about straight razors. Now you're changing it to electric.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying my personal experience with it.
Oh.
I was just asking to see if anyone had dealt with that before.
I didn't even know he had done.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
didn't
dangerous.
either. But I
Shave
mean,
his
I've tried.
mustache, I
I've used
guess.
the electric ones. They're rather expensive. They always have the replacement stuff. And then if you do get one of those cheap ones, it kind of crappy shave usually. So, but Harry's. So these guys offer these razors for about half the price of the other big brands, and they ship for free right to your front door. And just right on your front doorstep, they're going to appear there.
They just appear. No one delivers them. They just pop in.
They just pop in. I mean, that's how else do you think it's going to be free? They got to just magically appear. But yeah, they're better than the other blades. It says that they're made in Germany originally, and the guys from Harry's liked them so much they bought the entire factory. Just bought it up.
You know, I see a lot of people in Germany from when we've gone, and I don't see many beards there.
Because they make good razors there.
I don't.
Everyone's just hairless.
But why pay $32 for an 8-pack of blades? It's half the price at Harry's, and with Harry's, you'll get a better shave that respects your skin, face, or legs, and your wallet. No more poor quality blades, and no more pesky plexiglass cabinets to unlock. Because, I was saying, places you go, they have them all locked down. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really have facial hair, so I don't really I can't grow it, so it's kind of
But you will get the starter set, which is an amazing deal for $15. You get the razor, the moisturizing shave cream. I actually tried out the shaving cream, too. It's pretty nice.
Ooh.
And 3 of the
smell?
razor blades.
How does it smell?
How's it smell?
It's good. It smells good.
Smell manly?
Yeah, of course it does. And with the promo code CREATURE, you get $5 off that amazing deal. $5 off, so that's only $10 for your starter kit.
Bet your dude doesn't offer that.
It's a chick. Trying to make assumptions.
You think she's gonna give him a starter kit?
Well,
she wants him to
she
keep
doesn't
going
get
back
that.
and spending more money
But-
on her.
But now,
Now you have this.
Remember that it's not only
razors.
men, but women could also use this because women need razors for shaving their legs. I mean, some men shave their legs
it
as
is
well.
true. Women do have legs.
I mean, swimmers shave their legs.
Swimmers, yeah, swimmers.
Swimmers sometimes shave their legs. I know
People
that.
shave their head too.
Yeah.
Shave all their hair.
But it's great to have this because it also can be shipped to your door and you can give it away as a gift. So, Alex, I could give you a gift of one of these because we got some here at the
No,
office.
he's got a chick
I
that
love
does that
that.
for
Yeah,
him.
he's got a girl that does it for him.
No,
He
he
doesn't-
No, he doesn't need that anymore.
I think I need it.
In a few years.
You need it?
I
I'm
would
gonna
like
give you
it.
one. I'm going to give you one.
Too late.
Hey, for my 2 shaves a month, I could use one as well. So
Yeah, I think
Hey,
he
it'll
just,
be the
he
smoothest
probably
shave.
deserves
slide
it.
one over to me.
Looks
I
like he
need
needs
it.
a haircut.
So,
I
make
need
sure
it.
everyone to go to harrys.com.
I don't want to be called a terrorist anymore. at
And
the
Harry's
place.
will give you
right.
$5 off if you type in our coupon code CREATURE with your first purchase. So it is only on the first purchase, but it's $5 off that starter kit. That's harrys.com and enter the coupon code CREATURE at checkout for $5 off and start shaving better today.
Nice.
I wish I had facial hair to shave now.
I might have to
Or
go
any
and
hair,
shave
really.
now.
Yeah, you can shave. You can shave.
I'm
I
pretty
think
out
we're
of
in the same
practice,
boat,
though,
really.
so.
I'm doing a few years.
In a few years.
Yeah, I'm on like that delayed puberty hit, so
Yeah, I know
a couple
the feels.
years, maybe when I'm in my mid-30s or something. I don't know.
I don't know. It's looking like your 16 has its advantages.
What advantages?
Um,
You know, I got yelled at by a stewardess on an airplane for asking for Baileys.
What, you got yelled at?
I was reprimanded that I should not joke about getting beverages for adults, and I was like, I'm like 25. Like, can I please have some alcohol before like we get into the air? And it was a big thing.
Wow.
wow.
So that's the advantage I get getting reprimanded on airplanes for wanting alcohol. What advantages are there?
Well, gee.
I got time.
I mean,
Oh, you mean like how people my age, don't respect me as quickly because they think I'm still a teenager, so they're less likely to hear my
you know,
opinions.
Seamus, it sounds like you're not really saying an advantage, more of a disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm saying it's more of a disadvantage when you're in your mid-20s and you still get confused for someone who is not drinking age at all.
You get invited to high school parties.
Oh, so I can get arrested with a bunch of underage
Why would
people.
you want to go?
And then they'll pin it on me. Who brought you the alcohol?
I don't
Well,
know.
it has to be the dude that's 21.
I had good memories of
It has
being
to
in
be the
high
idiot in the
school.
corner who's giving alcohol to all the kids because he's in his 20s.
There was a few classes I also missed in high school because I slept or whatever, and I can easily go back and sneak in. They think I'm a
You realize
student.
you're older though. Like
I understand that. I'm saying I could go back in.
you
'cause-
can go back
Yes.
and be
Yeah,
like,
don't
to
sleeve
yeah.
school.
on your arm. Like they're
But-
gonna be like, "What the fuck, dude? How old are you?"
I'll wear a long sleeve shirt, and I'll be like, "Wow, I
They're
love
gonna be like,
this."
"Dude, it's like August. School just started. It's 90 degrees
They'll
outside.
probably
Why-
think I'm like an undercover cop.
So
or-
what happens when they go up and say, "Okay, sir, you're under arrest," and they find your actual age? You've graduated 10 years ago.
Who's gonna put me under arrest?
The police?
So the police are just gonna show up and be like, "Sir, you're under arrest." I'm like,
They
no,
could call it. They could call them on you.
Have you ever seen anyone in school just have police come in and be like, "You're under arrest"?
Where are you going? Are you going to like a fucking prom? Or are you going? Where are you
I
going?
could go to prom. I could go whatever. That's what I'm saying. That's the advantages. You can literally show up to whatever high school.
This is
event.
the advantage that you can go back to a fucking senior prom. Not even. You didn't even say senior prom. You can go to any
You
fucking
said
dance.
senior prom.
I
But
said senior prom.
I said you can go
You
to
just
any
said high
event.
school.
I said you can go.
I don't
to
know
any
what you're going for.
You can go to any high school event, is what I said. Prom would be one of them.
Why would you?
Homecoming
Why
would
would
be
you
another
want
one.
to?
Again, you can go to class. You could go to lunch, whatever.
Okay, but I can go to lunch anytime I want during the day because I'm an adult. And I
She
can be
can
like,
just buy food.
Yeah, I
He's
can
gotta
just-
go to school to get lunch. What the fuck is wrong with
like,
you?
yeah,
I've never in my
socialize-
life heard someone say they would want to go back to school to get
Socialize
lunch.
with a future generation of intellectuals. You know.
I'd love to go back to high school and talk to those 16-year-olds that are so knowledgeable that can help me in my future going forward.
It's
I'm
just-
sure they have
Hey,
quite the insight.
Isn't it Kanye that says the kids are the future and he doesn't listen to anyone older?
You did say that.
He did say
okay,
that.
maybe they are the future. But
I'm
that doesn't
happy
mean
you're
they have
believing-
good future advice for everyone else.
Okay, we probably should.
I'm happier believing in the Gator than
I just
whatever
wanted to know
this
what his
was.
I'm
advantage
happier
were.
believing in the Gator too. Than
I just wanted to know the advantages.
there
So
was
far,
none.
I-
There
Because
was
that's
none.
because honestly, you can't process what I'm trying to tell you because you can't do it. What I'm just saying is like me.
I
and
could
Seamus
shave
can't
and
do
I
it.
could go back if
You
I
still,
wanted to.
You still would look like you're somebody's like weird uncle. Like I don't think. You can pull it off.
So what does it make? So how does it? Like, can I ask you?
What?
If I look like I could be somebody's weird uncle, how does that differ from still being the same age as a weird uncle? If they find out that you're the same age as me, how does that make a difference?
The point
You're
is
just going
they-
undercover.
Why would I want them to find out? Yes, I'm going undercover.
What are you going
pro-
undercover for?
I already told you to do the
To
events.
socialize with 16-year-olds.
That's the 17-years there too. 18-year-olds.
I'm
I
confused.
was 18 my senior year, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Did you get held back?
No, I started later than others. I had to learn 2 languages when I got here, right? Relax, get off my back.
I'm just confused as to why you would want to go back to talk
me
to
too.
these people.
So let's get to
I'll
the
explain it
topic
to you.
list,
All right.
ladies
Explain
and
it.
gentlemen. We're gonna kind of go through these quickly
Who
because
doesn't want to go to prom twice?
oh my goodness.
I didn't go to prom once, so I don't
Exactly,
think I'm going
then I
twice.
can go back. I'll
I can go
with you.
back and do my first prom. And be like, God damn, I wish I could get out of here.
This is the worst experience of
It's
my
the worst
life.
fucking experience. I'm
Some
like
kid
10
comes
years.
up to you, hey, Seamus, we spiked the punch.
I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I have my own flask.
I've been at it all night.
Wasn't
Wait,
there,
you
like,
spiked the
some-
punch too? I spiked it an hour
Well, see,
ago.
there was like an age thing I remember in prom where you could like bring like your boyfriend or girlfriend.
But I think it was only up to like 20 or
20
21,
or
maybe. I think
21?
it was 20 or 21. I don't think it was much.
So we are all too old to even go back.
I'll get a fake ID.
Oh my
Who gets
God.
a fake ID to be younger? Like, yeah, I'd like a fake ID. Yeah, how old do you want to be? 16. How old are you now? 26. Why the fuck do you want to be
Why?
16?
Because I want to go back to prom.
Because I'm going to sneak into the local high school and go to prom.
There's some really cool 17-year-olds back in high school that I want to hang out with.
I mean, hell, I don't know any of them, but I can get to know them.
I also don't get any lunch, so I'd like to sign up for a free lunch,
I really
too.
like to sign up for that free lunch at the high school because it's so great.
Yeah, even though I can go and get anything,
Oh.
out in the real world, I'm going to go to a lunchroom and be like, yeah, I'll take the hamburger and the french fries.
Fixated on trying to grow up when you're in school that when you get older you realize on how much you've missed out.
No.
That didn't.
No one does that.
See,
Everyone's like, wow, I can't believe I thought high school was the pinnacle of my life. And then I got out and like, wow. I don't think anyone's been like, wow, I really wish I was back in high school right now. That was the way life was meant to be.
Sometimes
Life
look
was
at-
meant to be in
Sometimes
high
look
school.
at like my like electric bill or something, and I'm like, man, I just wish I was like in the cafeteria right now, starting a food fight, with a local PT team or something.
He's gonna be like 26 years old. I wish I could have a food fight back in high school. He's gonna walk up into the high school and be like, "Yo, what's up?"
They're gonna arrest him feet inside the door because he just walks in.
Who's this old ass fucking dude coming in
I'm just kind
here?
of worried though. Like seriously, I don't want to get bullied.
So like, what if you get caught though? You'd be like, no, I'm just the substitute teacher, right? I'm just a sub.
He's old enough to be a
Yeah.
substitute teacher.
Well, that's my point. Like I've been running a lot lately. That's kind of like what I'm training for, I guess.
So you want to be on like the fucking like varsity track team?
I already was on a track team. I'm saying is like if the cops show up, I'll be able to run away.
Okay, but some of these individuals are also trained to
this
run
seem-
after people.
Does this seem like such a big thing that you need to put that much on the line for? Like,
He's putting his whole life
you're
on the line.
training
Like,
for it. You're getting a fake reverse ID for it. You're you're not growing any facial hair for it, and you're all this to go back to high school for God knows what you want to achieve. Go to a dance. That's it.
homecoming.
A homecoming
Second prom.
dance.
Yeah, I never went to homecoming, so I want to relive that.
I went to one homecoming and it was terrible, and I never want to do it again.
Yeah, my homecoming was pretty bad.
Maybe
too.
now you'd have a better outlook since you're more experienced at life.
I
Or
would
you
have.
could go in drunk and you could just be like, whatever.
I mean, I would have a better outlook, but then again, I'd be like, man, I'm with a whole bunch of people who are literally a decade younger than me, and it's not good.
He could literally also just go to a bar and just hang out there and have a good time
With people my own age.
instead of go there with the hey, we fight the bunch. You know,
Why does that sound like fucking?
it's your troll voice.
It's my troll voice. It sounds like some fucking I don't know, dude that works for like the mafia in New York back in the '60s.
Hey,
or
Alex,
something.
we was fighting the bunch.
Like, is that what like kids sound like now?
Whenever I hear that, I just think Alex like scuttling around.
Yeah, it's like skulking around.
Don't tell him we was fighting the bunch.
Right? It's just kind of like this thing. Like you remember the hooded dance man story that I had back in Boston. I told you guys about that like one club. But this would kind of be like the same effect where I would go into high school and I'd be like this.
No,
cool-
wait, back up. What? Can you explain what you were just talking about?
hooded figure. What?
Hooded dance man?
Yeah, like when I started that like dance at that like 18+ club.
Wait, why were you in an 18+ club?
Don't worry about
When
it.
was this?
My point is
When
that,
was
like,
this?
I left.
So at the time he was trying to get into a place where he could be older, but now he wants to revert back and be
Well,
younger.
no, my thing is like like this is an experience for myself, obviously, but it's for like the people there too. They'll be like, I'll work my way up the ranks, right? They'll be like, yo, that Aleks kid's pretty cool, right? Like we should hang out with him. Like I'll be popular. Maybe I'll try out for the football team or whatever. Then like afterwards, like one day they're just like, I like run away because the cops are there, and people will be like, yo, what happened? And it's like, oh, well, Aleks got caught by the cops and he ran away. We've never seen him again. And they'll always have this story in their head, like this one dude that was in the high school system that hung out with everyone. Everyone liked him.
Wait a second.
And then like he just disappeared one day.
I was thinking about something
Has
else.
his benefits, right?
See, my idea was that he would get caught immediately when he invited 30 high schoolers to his apartment or house, and they're like, yeah, dude, where are your parents? And he's like, no, I own the place. And they're like, the fuck? Dude, how old are you?
18.
yeah.
Like, yeah, beer's in the fridge. Help yourself. There's a keg in the corner. Have a good time. Don't ask me about my age again. It's nothing really. I'm 18-ish.
I'm
enjoy
just
yourself.
trying to like think of this scenario because this almost sounds like a movie that we could sell to somebody.
Sounds like
this
yeah.
guy that tries to like he's so like down by his regular life that he formulates this elaborate plan to first meet kids outside of school to gain access.
Oh yeah,
into
that sounds great.
I know that's what he's saying. He's like,
sounds great.
meet him at an 18+ club. We'll
The
go
fact
and-
that he would think that the
I'll move
cops
up the
will bat an
ranks.
eye to this.
I'll move up to the ranks, and I'll just meet him outside school, and they're like, "Why were you in school?" "Oh, I was ditching. I was just ditching school."
I was
He'd
at my
be so
full-time
cool.
job. I mean, I was ditching.
And then that one day, the cops will come after him because he's a sicko and he's trying to get in with these young kids.
What happens if the
And they're
cops
like, "Well, he
bat
just
an eye to this?
disappeared."
What if the cops believe it?
I don't know. I don't know how far this man's willing to go.
Is that a success? Is that I mean,
it depends on what this guy wants.
You
out
get
of this,
into prom, you have your prom, you relive prom. It's all great. Do you go back to being your adult, or do you continue being a kid?
I'll go back to being an adult, obviously.
He just needs that. He needs that cop escape. So it's like there's a weird, mysterious disappearance, so that it's always in their minds. Then one day, 10 years later, they're in a bar, and there's this old creepy guy in the corner, just sitting there, like Lord of the Rings with Strider in the corner. He's like smoking a cigar.
You went to high school with my daughter, didn't you?
Hey, I
She's
remember
14.
you. He like calls him over. He's like, I know you. Remember this guy?
Perfectly planned.
That's awful.
It's like my perfect escape would be like, right, it's like science class, I'm in the back of the class, right? 2 cops go in the front door. Hello is and obviously I have a different name because I'm not gonna use my fucking real name.
What's the fake name?
Like Jeffrey Nuttingham.
Jeffrey Nuttingham.
Right? No, the people
From Birmingham.
Buckingham Palace.
He's a foreign exchange student. He has like a
it's
British
a weird,
accent.
weird mix up, whatever. I'll have some backstory, but my nickname will be Nutty or something like that. So they come in there, we're looking for Jeffrey Nuttingham. I'll have my glasses all set, right? My sunglasses, I put them on, I say, peace out, pigs. And there's an open window because it's the first floor, and I just jump out, and I just book it. I have an escape plan, obviously, on the route that I'm going to run.
How do you know when the cops are going to, show up?
So it has to be science class.
They're going to go through the front door, right? Like,
no, how do you know which day they're showing up? So you're just,
don't.
planning every day. You're like, I don't know when they're going to show up, but I know they're going to show up when I'm in this class at a certain time at a certain day.
I don't know. I kind of have this idea where it's gonna be kind of hard to enroll myself, but I'm like, oh yes, I'd like to enroll my son into.
Don't you guys have to be in person to do that?
I don't know.
I can't come in.
I had to be in person.
Just don't question
It
me.
would make sense.
Oh no!
What you're doing,
I would hire someone, obviously, right? I would just hire
An actor.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got it all set.
Do you think any? Well, I'm not going to speak to how desperate.
What you're doing is taking a scenario that people do for
Maybe
college
a
and
homeless
shit.
person or something
So you
that.
meet up with some out of work actor, and you're like, trying to get into the school. I'm obviously a little too old, but I need you to pose as my parent so that you can enroll
But that
me
shit
in
works
this
for
high school.
college. You see it in movies, they do that in college.
Yeah, in movies.
You're taking this scenario and applying it to high school.
I'm not applying it. He's the one applying it.
Yeah, I'm not
I know
applying.
that,
I'm
but-
the one applying to high school.
I'm just the one saying, what would an actor think if they're sitting there and this guy's like, I need to get into this high school. Can you please
It's
enroll me as
easier
your
to
parent?
do that because you don't need to be on paper. You don't need a social security. You don't need a lot of things to enroll into high
I
school.
posed the same exact question. Why is this all worth it? You're
I
going
already
through
told you.
so much.
I already told you why.
Why?
Give myself the experiences I've never had, and give the kids a story that they can remember
Alex,
for the rest
we
of their
can
lives.
just fucking throw
They'll be at
our
their-
own
they'll be at
fucking
their,
high school prom for you, and we'll just
20-year
pay.
reunion, and they'll be like, hey, remember Crazy Nutty? Remember him?
Or Nutty.
Remember Crazy
He jumped
Jeffrey?
out that window.
He
We
said-
never saw him again.
Remember he's like, peace out, pigs, and he jumped out that window? That shit's crazy.
That
isn't
guy
it?
was
Whatever
so
happened
crazy.
to him?
Hey, I heard he was 26. What the fuck is up
Honestly,
with that?
The only downside
a little
of this
weird.
is that I do YouTube stuff. So if somebody recognized me and they're like, Alex? Plan's over.
Immortal HD.
Peace out, pigs. He'd still jump out the window.
He still gives
I'd
the
still try
peace
to
out
execute
pigs
the
line to
plan.
a high school
I just
student.
run into a random classroom and then I realize it's the second floor and then I,
Yeah, and then you die, and then it's all
I
over the
wouldn't die.
news.
I'd hit
Wow.
the ground and break my legs.
What an amazing
You'd be like
person.
dragging yourself and
I
then
have a few
walk up
different
to you
court
and be
dates
like,
and
what's
stuff,
going
but,
on here?
I don't know. I guess I'll have to sit on it more.
You see what's going on out
Yeah.
here?
I see that. Yeah, you should probably plan
He's
it
been
a
there
little
for
more.
like 5 minutes doing that. I think he gave up now.
He's probably going to check the stream to see if we talked about it. And he's like, huh.
Unbelievable.
I don't even know what.
Oh, this has been quite the wild
This
ride.
elaborate scheme.
I mean, I don't even feel like even touching on any of these topics now. I think,
I just again,
That was just mind-boggling.
my mind is blown. Dude, I'm gonna stick with just the gator in my head.
So, my dreams and aspirations don't exactly go back to prom. They go forward. I want to go somewhere, and I want to go to space.
Good luck.
You're gonna hold a prom in space?
No, I don't care about stupid proms. I'm not Alex. I would just want to go to space.
It's hard
Yeah, it is kind of hard.
going to space.
No, it's not.
It's pretty hard.
Not with the help of our good friend Richard Branson.
Who?
Richard Branson.
I'm missing some key.
Do you know who Richard Branson is?
No.
Virgin dude?
The guy that owns Virgin and has
okay.
made that thing that actually
yeah.
kind of killed somebody.
Yeah,
But
wasn't there an accident in one of them or something? Died?
yeah.
They crashed it.
There was a test flight that went wrong. But that's why there's test flights, to work out the kinks.
So someone else dies before you get up there.
I mean, how else did they learn how to fly planes? Like, there's got to be something to start somewhere.
Yeah.
It was called the War.
Huh?
They started making
War?
planes before
There
World
was
War One.
planes before. I mean, what? Do you know who
Commercial
those?
planes.
Huh?
Commercial planes.
Wait a sec.
were
You can
after
tell
World
me
War.
about the maiden voyages of different commercial planes. I think you were telling me about them the other day.
Yeah.
So tell me.
Were you going to bring up the Left brothers?
The-
That's the Wright brothers joke. That was kind of funny. That was kind of clever in my head.
I don't know what the fuck you're even talking about right now.
Anyway, yeah, they crashed some spaceship plane that Virgin made because they wanted to do space tours.
Why couldn't you just ask the Russians to go up there? Isn't it like? I mean, it's kind of costly, but in the scheme of things,
The Russians don't have a landing plan when they go up there. They just and then that's what they did with like dogs and chimps and stuff.
Well,
Like the first man, Yuri Grigorovich, I think, was the first man in space. They just sent them out into space and
without
he came
any landing.
back. Well, he came back down, but they didn't have a destination. They just like go to space and come back.
pretty sure like one of the first dogs or monkeys sent in space
Laika.
like wasn't coming back.
Laika?
Just died
Laika
up
was
there.
the first dog in space.
What about-
Sputnik was the first satellite in space.
What about the monkey?
I don't know about that one. That might have been America.
Well, the first dog they sent up, they had no plans to bring it back, so I'm pretty
No,
sure
they
it
didn't.
died up
No,
there.
it's it's kind
I
of.
think they taught it like basic functions, like press this button, but none of them did anything.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to
Maybe
like.
they give it false hope.
It's kind of like it's
It
kind of
didn't
hard
know
to
it
teach
was
a
a
dog.
on a
Poor
zealous
Laika.
one-way journey mission out in space.
I mean, Laika probably would have been dead by now regardless. So I mean,
I mean,
I guess there's that.
Yeah. It's kind of weird to think about it. Just some dog floating in like a spaceship.
Probably definitely a skeleton by now.
That must look like primal. Like if there's like actual like intelligent life forms, they're like cruising by and they're like, "What's that?" It's like an abandoned ship, and they go and they're
just
like,
like a
"There's
dog skeleton
What
like
the fuck
floating.
is this? Why is there?" They think that there's like a race of dogs out there like launching.
Must be a
ships
race
into
that tried to like send. The
So they then distinguish.
Amazing.
They
This-
distinguish
this-
that dogs as the rulers of Earth. So
this
they
creature
think
has
they're
the
regular-
brain the size of a space moon rock or some shit, and it can somehow fly a spaceship. Like, we
Let's
have to
destroy
change,
them.
We have to change everything we know about this.
This is so random.
It doesn't even have thumbs. How does this work?
Would the aliens have thumbs though? I mean,
I don't know.
You
about
never
that.
know. I've said many a times, aliens are going to be unlike anything we would ever recognize because they're not
don't know
going
if
to
that's
be
true.
of us.
You know, X-Files is coming back out, so
I think there's different versions of them. I think
There's gonna be
there's,
different
like,
kinds,
different dimensioning.
But there's
got to
a
be in
good
between.
chance. There's a good chance that these things aren't going to perceive
You have like
anything
the
like
reject
us.
aliens and stuff.
Yeah, but like, and then you also have to think of the fact that like aliens aren't going to always speak the same language. Like we have hundreds
true.
of different languages and accents and dialects among us. Aliens are going to be just as much, if not more, than us as
They'll
far as
communicate
dialects. So
telepathically.
they could. They might
well,
not.
how
even
would we communicate
speak.
telepathically as well?
Well, here's the thing. We sent out that.
once they open the airlock in your brain,
Oh, right.
they give you the ability.
The untapped.
They could have.
potential.
They could have come here like, however thousands of years ago, and planted the humans out of their
Oh, here we
genetics.
go.
Like in
Now,
Prometheus.
now you're on some weird subject here. Now you're talking some.
I saw aliens before in Fallout 3.
Mm,
Oh
They were
yeah,
in
they,
there.
they do show up.
That
Beat
is
them up
true.
with a bat
Why'd you do that?
because their heads like they pop open, a bunch
Ooh.
of guts come out. It's crazy.
That's
They don't
pretty
talk
good right
English, you know. They just kind of like speak some weird thing. Just beat them up though. They captured you. Do you think the probing thing is for real? Do you think?
Oh
they-
yeah,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
got to be.
it's got to be. I
What the
think
fuck is
humans.
this?
I think humans even implemented probing before the aliens did.
What do you
You
think
know?
they
Humans
want
are
up there?
probing each other.
I don't know. Like there's just all sorts of like data up there that they want.
Ass data.
I mean, if you think about it, the intestines are like some of the more complex looking portions of the body. And when aliens are looking at an X-ray and they see just a bunch of squiggles, they're like, "What is that? I want to know what that is." So let's
Sign.
go right up there and discover what it is.
Speaking signs, movie signs.
Mm.
Water kills them.
Yes, it does.
You think
Mel
that's going to be
Gibson.
legit? You think that water could kill them?
Now, if Mel Gibson is in a movie where water kills aliens, you better believe it's legit.
Wow.
Joaquin Phoenix.
It's gotta be.
Swing
the
for the
air.
fence.
Meryl.
Meryl.
Yep.
I believe it.
It's crazy. I think that's where they got the home run bat idea for Smash, was from that movie, that very movie.
Yeah, that's
Swing
you
away.
guys have to have that to thank
Yeah,
for it.
it's
Like,
crazy.
You guys both like Smash.
Oh, I love Smash.
Crazy.
Well,
That's how deep.
How
deep
about we vote Joaquin Phoenix to be the next playable character in Smash?
How would that work?
You know,
I think they just need a game character, really. Not just Joaquin Phoenix. Is that the guy that played the what's his name? I can't remember in the Russell Crowe movie, Gladiator, I think. Was that the guy who
yes,
played?
yes,
Okay.
he did. That was him.
I like that movie. I liked him too.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Was that
decent.
Caesar or was it just some other like emperor? I can't remember. who he was.
remember. I don't remember.
Oh fuck, put him in the game then. I don't care.
See, look at
Who
that.
cares? I'm
I've
on
got
board
2
now.
votes right here.
I'm
2
on board
votes
now.
right here.
I'm on board now.
We're gonna rig Nintendo's voting and put him on there.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Random
Joaquin Phoenix.
actor is gonna be like getting messages about it.
Would you like to be in Smash, Mr. Phoenix?
He'll always have a bat. He'll
always
he'll
have
He'll
overtake
swing for
Ness.
the-
He'll
swing for
overtake
the
Ness.
fence.
Be pretty good.
So what is there to talk about?
Any more weeks in your life?
No.
I
All
mean,
dried up.
I've had a few weeks in my life.
I've had a few, yeah.
Weeks in your life. I don't know. I mean,
I'm trying to think of something specific. I could tell explain my. I talked about fireworks a good
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Burning toys. I was pretty into that. I don't
Don't
know.
those have like bad
why would you
fumes
burn
that-
your toys?
Well, that's why I actually instructed these guys that they all had to wear masks when they were burning Septar, which Dan did not heed
Dan
my
did not.
warning.
He did not.
But I did breathe
Dan
in a
was a
lot
little
of
weird
toxic
today.
fumes
Maybe that was a
as
result of
child.
it.
Could be.
Yeah.
Why would you burn your toys?
I don't know. I just like watching them burn.
Wow. I used to put Play-Doh on my
I was
toys.
a pretty weird kid, I have to admit. I was pretty weird. I like climbing trees, though. There's a couple times I climbed some good trees. I was a good tree climber. And
Did you make love to him while you were at it?
No, I wasn't at that stage in my life where I was really thinking about it, to be honest. So.
Well, then, I mean, they weren't good enough then.
Not
apparently.
really. I don't think so. But it was fun. I mean, I like climbing trees. I still think about it to this day.
Why don't you climb some
I
trees
might
today?
just go out and climb a tree right now.
There's some trees around.
There are some
There's
trees
some
around.
trees.
can
You
go
guys
climb
off
them
to
if you
film it,
want.
so when I fall and inevitably
When
break
every
my neck.
branch breaks on the way down, a crumpled heap of like sticks and splinters, and Jordan at the bottom.
You're like, guys, it didn't work.
Oh yeah, we got it all on camera. Don't worry,
Okay, that's good.
we can dissect
Get me to
every
the
part.
hospital. Wow.
Well,
It's been the weirdest.
what a fantastic
It's been a good creature talk.
Breach talk.
This has been good. I mean, people were asking for stories. I think they're more so asking for like stories of Easter, but we kind of went above and beyond.
I don't really like fucking have any.
I
like,
don't really have any
Easter
Easter
I
stories.
don't think so either. I mean, the most I can think of was just the random Easter egg hunts I did as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rolling eggs down hills.
I don't remember that.
No,
I think it was a Scottish thing.
Not so much that.
you'd roll an egg down a hill.
Yeah.
What's the significance of that?
I don't remember. I was very young at the time. When I was over in Scotland, I was like 3 to 5 years old.
Must be some significance, like luck or
I'm sure there is, but I just can't remember it.
just roll an egg down a
But
hill.
that's my memory. And then
What if
I'd
it
always
broke
remember
on the hill?
They
Maybe it
were
was like
hard boiled.
Oh,
So you'd paint them and then you'd roll. You'd do the painting for them and stuff.
would you go back and get them?
Yeah.
So you roll the egg down the
You
hill
roll the
and then
egg
you
and
run
watch it,
down
and
the
then
hill.
You run down behind it and
And
then
pick it up.
Pick it up.
What the fuck is the point?
It sounds like self-fetch, really.
I don't know.
You like throw an egg and then
Listen.
you're like, cool, that was fun. I'm gonna
Am
go
I
and
the
get
only
it.
one that
himself.
ever did this?
Well, I mean, I'm sure other people did it. If you said you did it in Scotland, I mean, unless it was just your family.
Nah, they never did this. They never did this. That's just you.
Okay, then I got a big Kinder Egg one year. Over in Scotland, of course.
Yeah, those are
And
illegal here.
I know. But they were delicious.
We got many of them though. Like at this point,
Yeah,
everybody's
somehow,
been
like-
sending them to the PO box. By the way, multiple fucking creature talks ago,
Yeah, you better call them
a lot of people said they were gonna buy these sneakers, these black and orange sneakers. I feel like I'm saying this because I feel like a lot of people got gypped. Because if anybody sent me these sneakers, they would have arrived by now, and we haven't gotten anything. And I think that site that everybody's linking was a fucking scam. Because I know for a fact that fans went and bought them, but I don't know if they've ever come. Like, if anybody has gotten those orange sneakers, post it somewhere. Because I'm afraid that site was a fucking scam. Like, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's getting their sneakers or not. Either way.
By the way, one Easter, I got a present. It was Lord of the Rings: The Third Age on Xbox.
Wow. That sounds... I wish I got a game for Easter.
It was the first time I'd ever gotten a game, and I was so shocked.
Ooh.
Like I was like, really? I get a game?
The fuck?
And I went there, I think it was Walmart, and I picked out a game. I
Damn.
played that game a lot, too. It was fun.
It's probably shit now.
Yeah, it probably looks right. I'm kind of curious to play it again. It was like a Final Fantasy like turn-based style combat thing.
Really?
I was kind of disappointed at first, but I ended up really liking it. It was pretty cool.
Well, what are we at on time here?
Well, I mean, we've been going for about an hour and a half-ish, so, I mean...
Do we want to hit any of this other stuff? Do you want to hit any of this other stuff here?
I mean, if we could make this a topic-free creature talk,
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with it, too.
Fine with
I'm
that.
okay as well.
I
We did
feel
talk
like
about a
it's-
topic on the pre-show, and we already did talk about the iTunes update, so that was technically a topic, so you already fucking ruined it.
Well, it was more so an announcement
Yeah,
than a topic.
it was more so of
Okay.
a topic that he kind of had
so I
to hit
didn't
on.
ruin it.
Well, then,
The other ones we really don't need, but that one was more important that people got the information about it.
Yeah.
But all
that
this other
wasn't a
bullshit is
topic.
bullshit, so.
And we just sat here and talked about our lives, and that's what people want, really, because that's all I got was
that's
people
what matters,
people asking
you know?
us.
The
Our
weeks,
lives
the
matter.
weeks in our lives that have all led up to this week. You know,
And I think we should take Alex's "What have you been doing with up to" segment and transferring it to every single week because it's great.
lately, you forgot the word lately in there
Oh,
as
lately,
well.
sorry.
Yeah.
That I guess that lately part would actually like take care of all this, week in your life thing.
No, I think we should keep lately off.
I think
and
too,
just do
yeah.
any week in your life.
It's better. I'm gonna
one's a good
actually
one.
go home. I'm gonna call my mom up and be like, "Hey, Mom, do you have any good stories of when I was a kid? Because I could find stories. You better believe
Weeks
I
in your
can.
life.
Darn sure find.
Do you have
some
any more
stories.
stories, Alexander,
Of what?
of weeks in your life?
Oh, I got plenty of them.
You know, funny enough, I was looking in my phone the other day, and there's a note that I have on my just on my I guess dash or whatever the fuck, like on my phone, and it says, "Alex gets the next one at dinner." What do you think that means?
You have been,
Village Inn.
Could be the Village Inn.
Village Inn.
but you've always brought that up.
It says it on my phone.
Yeah, I understand that, but like you've always brought that up. Like,
It says
each
it on my
time-
phone.
Each time we go out, you're like, it says. I remember specifically that you're getting the next one. And out of courtesy,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
getting them until I got to a point where I realized I got like 3 in a row, and you never said shit. So
The note says it.
maybe you should delete the note because I'm sure I've covered.
I think next dinner, I think Alex should get the dinner because that's what it says.
I think
on the
so,
thing,
too.
I think.
Okay, I'll put a note on
sounds
my
good.
phone that says you're gonna get the next 3 after that.
Hey, I mean, if it says that on your phone, then I'll
guess
have
it
to
is.
abide
I mean,
by that.
hey, if there's burn hazel, there's a crocodile. So
Yeah, there has to be.
But at
There
least
has to be
after
that
those three,
crocodile.
he has to exist.
after those three, it still says in my phone that you get the next one. So
Now, James, can I ask
Still
you
there.
something about that crocodile?
I have a question,
The
too.
gator.
I'm going to ask a question after him.
Okay, my question is,
What?
when you dreamt of this crocodile chasing you,
what the fuck? Why are we back to this gator?
I don't know. I'm just fascinated by it, to
Interesting.
be honest.
They
Now,
both
when
have
you were being
questions.
chased by this gator, did you imagine it in a natural state where it was on all fours, scuttling?
No,
Or
I
did you think
imagine
it was on 2 legs running at you?
That sounds ridiculous.
four. It would be four.
Yeah, I know. I'm asking, like, how wild was your imagination?
I've seen them run before. They run like
Yeah, they
this.
just go like-
yeah. You know, they run like that.
Okay.
When I dream of it,
He's talking about a gator. Gator's different than a crocodile.
gator, crocodile. It could have been a blend of them both. You know,
Crocagator.
Yeah,
Crocodile.
Crocagator. Yeah, it could have been both.
Gator, crocodile.
I would dream that it would start off, I'd see its head just poking out, you know?
Yeah,
like
that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
If you've watched a lot of nature shows, you'd know that
And-
crocodiles just poke their head out.
just
and
like
kinda-
that, and then it would come out and chase me. I mean, because it was a small creek, like it'd be on the land, like pretty much instantly, and it would kind of like
do its little. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I wanted to know. Okay.
Nah, yeah, it
Go
wasn't
ahead,
any
Sam.
kind of supernatural thing. That's why it was very real. That it was almost actually real, and it could be real because burn hazel's real.
Yeah.
So
I think it's real.
there's that.
So that leads into my question. With the realization of burn hazel being real, do you think the gator ever got burn hazel as he, rampaged through the swamp? Or
Do they have like the thick like scales or whatever? Do
They have thick.
you know,
They have a very decently thick coat. Like a lot of people do enjoy using alligator skin as purses and coats.
But then
and
would it
boots
cover
and stuff
you
like
from
that.
burn hazel?
I don't
and,
know.
like, Poison ivy.
I
and
think
shit?
we should probably go and research this, because I think burn hazel is a very aggressive plant species. I don't know if they're
Because there was
invasive
a
or not.
bush
To Pennsylvania.
on the way out of the fence. There is like the bushes of like
Maybe that is
burn
what
hazel
stopped him
and
every
all
single
that.
time in your dream.
he got burn hazel one time and didn't want to go past the bush.
So he'd always stop and he'd be like, "Oh, I didn't get that kid this time. I'll
Maybe.
get him next time."
But then
Yeah.
that makes me think.
Which
then
means
what,
burn hazel is actually what saved you this entire
But
time.
you're seeing it as if then we wouldn't be on an equal level. We would be. He would be better than me, but the plant is what stopped him.
Yes.
Maybe the plant made you guys equal.
Maybe the plant. So me with an assist of the plant.
Yes, because that is why you know the name burn hazel, because every single time
No,
you
I know
would
the
jump
name fucking
over
burn
it.
hazel because it's real and it exists.
Just like the crocodile. I'm convinced it's real
yeah,
too now.
That's true. I could be fucking legit then.
I'm
I don't
convinced
know.
that gator got burn hazel and stopped chasing you. And then you were on even ground.
that could be. If the whole entire thing is real, then that could be a legitimate case right there. So, I mean, maybe we just fucking take a field trip over and see if
We
that
should.
I think
motherfucker's
we
there.
should. We should do a documentary on James's crocodile. I
Gator.
don't know if it's a traumatic experience, but it's definitely a childhood
Life-defining experience.
life-defining experience. We could research burn hazel, its effects on crocodiles. Crocodiles, their effects on local ecosystems, and do they actually thrive in a Pennsylvania forested environment in a creek?
So what if they don't get burn hazel or whatever?
Then that would mean you're better than your fears.
Huh.
And I think that would be the lesson to be learned.
Gotta do some research then, I guess, to see
I
if
think-
either it was just the plant that stopped him, or it was, I'm better than him.
That's the real question there, to be honest. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time that we said goodbye.
Some deep shit about this gator. I mean,
Yeah, this
I
gator
I
has
think
brought up a
everyone
lot
needs
of-
to be thinking about this,
Ah,
and we will revisit it.
amazing. Truly.
I should look up some gator documentaries for next Creature Talk. It's been a while since I talked about documentary, and maybe I'll learn a little bit about them. And
Come in with some
You know.
information.
yeah, I could do that.
You know who would have great information on crocodiles and alligators? The crocodile hunter.
Well, he hunts them, I would hope so.
Yeah. So we could pull up
Jordan,
seasons 1 through 50 of the crocodile hunter.
That's a lot of research.
That's a lot of
Old
research.
school right there.
Is it on Netflix?
It could be.
It's
Probably somewhere.
All right. Well,
Let's just have a moment of silence. This is a lot to take in.
hey man, thanks for bringing up that week of your life thing. It really helped get some of my inner and outer fears out onto the table, right here.
That's what it's here for, man.
I mean, it also came, full circle, as you have a plan now set in stone to go back to high school.
Yep.
So
True.
there's a lot of things that are going to be happening here.
That is true.
Truly amazing.
You could go fall asleep now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and sleep.
Good.
I'm gonna go home and do that.
He's going to go to sleep
Going to sleep's fun.
after
What the fuck was okay? Well, see you later, Alex. Everyone bid farewell to Alex.
Shall we leave? Are you playing us out?
Time to say goodbye.
That wasn't really telling me.
Thanks for watching. Oh, whoops. James, stop it.